Hey everybody, I'm going to take a quick yard tour today in the middle of winter just for the extreme difference we'll get to see between what it looks like now versus what it looks like in the spring and summer. Normally, if you're familiar with my yard tours, the yard is very lush and green, but not this time of year. So first of all, you'll notice we've still got snow. Probably doesn't mean a lot to you, but it's been a couple of weeks since we've actually had any snow. But we are on the north side of a hill, and the sun basically tracks across the sky over here and sets right over there. And so, as you can imagine, with the hill being here, any sun that does hit it, the rays are coming down along. And long story short is we take forever to melt out. You go right up the street, even across the street, and the snow is already gone. And yet I'm walking around on like an inch of icy, crunchy, it freezes and rethaws and freezes and rethaws, and so that's what we're dealing with. So we're gonna try to walk around here without busting our heads and falling, because I want to walk up to the top part of the yard and have a look around. There's nothing in any of the garden beds that are worth looking at, but one of the things about this property in the summertime, it makes it seem like I'm in the middle of nowhere and don't even have any neighbors. But as you can see by that house right there, that is the neighbor who I had to ask if I could cut one of their trees down when our cat got stuck up in the tree in the storm. That tree is actually right through there. The cat was all the way on the top of it, and I had to cut that tree down up in there. So as we walk around here on the top side, the other thing I wanted to show you was the view across the street. So we got a house here, you can see there, garage. We're kind of looking through my house, but you can see my neighbor right across the street there. Right through here is where one of these trees, right over there, that tree there is the one we had to cut down. So if we come over here, you can see that's huge trash removal up here on top of the hill. You probably can't see it through the tree branches, but there's a trash company right there that we can hear loud and clear. You usually just can't see them, but you can certainly hear them at 5 o'clock in the morning when they're starting their trucks up and whatnot. This, of course, is my neighbor across the street. That is my neighbor next door. And then I got another neighbor that sits right there. So, definitely not like your standard suburban neighborhood. We're not stacked in here on top of each other as far as the houses go, but compared to how private everything seems in the summertime, which is when we moved out here, we were a little surprised when the first winter came and we looked around and we saw there were actually quite a few houses within eyeshot once the leaves all fall off the trees. So that's about it, everybody. That's what the yard looks like this time of year. Not a lot going on, and you can probably imagine why I spend a lot of time indoors in the fish room as opposed to being out here. So these are all garden beds. If you will notice all the bamboo stacked up, that was my wife's idea. The idea is to try to keep the deer away from certain plants that we have underneath of there. We have some azaleas and stuff, and she stacked a bunch of bamboo over top of the azaleas in hopes that it'll keep the deer away from them. I really need to just get out here and spray my deer repellent on them. That's what I do for a living after all. You think I'd come out and spray my own yard a little more frequently. But anyway, that's it. I mean, that's our garden bed. This is lush in the summertime, and you get a look at it now and it looks like that. So alright, I'm gonna walk back around, try to get to the house without busting my head again. I'm gonna say thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you real soon in the next one.